Hey friends, it's Megan, and today I've come up with this little baby name game. I'm calling it the Rainbow Baby Name Game. And so I hope this translates and makes sense to you all. Maybe it's just a kooky thing in my head, but I tend to think of names being associated with different colors, not actual color names. So for example, my top baby names I think of being certain colors. I don't know why. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. Just kind of have fun with it if you'd like. So for this game, I've got a list of colors, and I'm going to pick one male and one female name that I think fit that color for whatever reason. It doesn't have to have like a concrete reason, or that doesn't have to be the meaning of the name. In fact, I invite you to play in the comments below and to not use actual color names. So for example, for the color red, you couldn't use a name like Rose or Scarlet or Ruby that are the actual color. I mean, if you really want to, you can, but I'm going to try not to for the purposes of this game. So like I said again, there's no real reason. I don't know why my brain attaches certain names to certain colors. I do this with people too, and I don't really like see auras or any of that. I think that's interesting, but I don't. But certain people I think of like, she's a warm person. She's kind of like a golden color. I don't know why. But yeah, just kind of have fun with it. Let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to include colors like white and black and gray, and I know there's debate, are those actual colors? Well, this is just a baby name game, so why not? So the first color I've got is white. So for a female name for white, I think Isla. That was the first one that popped into my head. White feels very like fresh and clean and sweet and pure to me, and Isla fits that bill. Isla's a Scottish place name. It also means island in Spanish. It's currently number 230 in popularity here in the United States. I know a lot of people that watch my channel love this name, and it is a name quickly rising in popularity. And then for a boy name, I have Ellington. Ellington even is a surname and place name. It means Ellistown. I think it sounds very crisp and clean and noble and proper, and like an Ellington would be dressed in all white. Like I said, these are just little funny things in my head that make me associate these names with these colors. So yeah, play along with me. Okay, the next color is pink. So for girls, this was the easiest one for me, Penelope. My dad used to make up stories for me when I was a little girl about a princess named Penelope, and I think Penelope sounds like a princess name. It's a Greek name that means weaver. Also on the rise, it's currently number 125 here in the US. For a boy's name, this was a little bit harder. I picked Carsten. I think Carsten's a cool name. It's a German variation of the name Christian, meaning follower of Christ, and it just has a neat sound, Carsten. Say it out loud. I see it as kind of like a dusty rosy pink, like almost like a dirty pink color, and I feel like that could fit a Carsten. I don't know why. Okay, on to red. For girl, I have Audra. Audra is such a beautiful name. It's an English name. It means noble and strong, and I think Audra sounds very vibrant, like a very bright red color comes to mind. Audra is also a great alternative to the popular Audrey. And then for a boy name, I have Salem. Salem's a Hebrew and Arabic name. It's a place name. It means peace. It may remind you of the witch trials in Massachusetts, which is interesting because the name means peace, and I kind of like that. But yeah, and I think of Salem as being like a deep burnt red, like haunting red color for whatever reason. Okay, on to yellow. For girls, I have Briony. Briony is a Latin name. It means to sprout. It is the name of the main character in Atonement. I know a lot of people heard of this name first from that book and movie. I think of Briony as being like a daisy, like the center of a daisy, and being like a really bright, cheery color. I don't associate it too much with that character because I don't think of her as being like a bright, cheery yellow. But yeah, Briony just has a very, another like very fresh sound. And then for a boy's name, I picked Lennon. Lennon is an Irish surname name. It means lover or dear one. It's number 814 in the United States. I like this name a lot as a middle name, because I love John Lennon, so yeah, I would use it to kind of honor him. It reminds me of him. And Lennon also feels very fresh and bright and yellow. Okay, on to orange. For orange, I have Liliana. Liliana is an Italian and Spanish form of the name Lillian. I went to high school with lots of Lilianas, actually, and one of my favorite names is Lillian, and Liliana is a beautiful take on that. It means lily, like the flower. It's number 117 in popularity. Liliana just feels like a very warm, welcoming name, and I think of it as kind of just being sunny and orange and inviting. Okay. And then for a boy's name, I have Samson. I really like a lot of names that have Sam in them. Sam is a Hebrew name that means sun. It's currently number 803 in popularity here. I didn't realize this name meant sun when I was picking names, but I do think it's the perfect color for this name. I always think of Samson as kind of being more of like an orangish red, like a burnt color. On to the color green. For green, I have Tabitha for a girl. Tabitha is an Aramaic name. It means gazelle. It's down in popularity at number 771. Tabitha is just such a green name to me. I don't even know what that really means, but I think some of you are gonna like totally understand where I'm going with this. In my head, it makes sense. Tabitha sounds like the stem of a flower to me, like that kind of light greeny color. And then for a boy, I have Griffin. I love Griffin. Griffin is a Welsh name. It means strong lord. It's currently number 220 in popularity. Also the name of the mythical animal with the like lion head and eagle wings, a griffin. Griffin just sounds very, I don't know, green and earthy and like of the land. I don't know why. Okay. On to blue. For girls, I have Delaney. Delaney is an Irish and English name. It's a surname name. It's number 257 in popularity. I think it has a really cute sound to it, and it sounds like an oceany blue. Like I picture a woman with like really big, beautiful blue eyes and really dark hair, and I like that like contrast. And then for a boy, I have Emmett. Emmett's an English surname name. It is a form of the name Emma. It's number 186 in popularity. Emmett sounds very crisp and smart and blue to me. On to purple. Okay, so for girls I have Liviana. Liviana is Italian and Roman. It's a form of the name Livianus, and it's a cool alternative to the name Olivia, which has gotten a lot of attention lately. Liviana has such a princessy sound to me, and purple, I definitely think of royalty and a princess. I love Liv and Livy as nicknames. And then for a boy, this one was a little bit hard too, purple, but I thought of Preston. Preston's an English name. It means priest town. It's number 129 in popularity here in the US. Preston has a very like posh, distinguished sound. Again, that like royal regalness, hence the purple association. On to brown. For brown for a girl, I picked Althea. Althea is so underutilized to me. It's a Greek name. It means healing or having the power to heal. I think Althea is just a great name. And I think of it as kind of like a hazily brown with like bits of amber in it. And then for a boy, for a brown, I picked Gideon. Gideon is a Hebrew name. It means hewer or having a stump for a hand, kind of an odd meaning. It's currently number 390 in popularity. It's a name that's really been growing on me. I could see this migrating into my favorites maybe by the next year. Gideon I think of as being like a very earthy brown, and I picture a person that's very down to earth, very thoughtful, and like just introspective young man. Okay. On to the color gray. For girls, I picked Greer. Greer comes from Scottish surname Gregor. I love Greer as a middle name. It's so strong, but also kind of subtle, and that's what I think of the color gray being. Like there's just so many variations that you can get from that color. And then for a boy, I picked Donovan. Donovan's an Irish name. It means dark. It's number 275 in popularity. And that meaning dark also kind of fits in with it, I suppose. And I think of a Donovan, the name, as being dark, like a charcoal gray, and more mysterious. Yes. And then the last color I have is black. So for girls, I picked Claudia. Claudia is a feminization of the name Claude, meaning lame. It's number 596 in popularity. There is nothing lame to me about the name Claudia. I picture it on a very beautiful woman. And then the color black I associate with the night. So I picture like this beautiful woman named Claudia going out and looking up at the stars in the night sky and being like really connected with nature. And yeah, I've got this whole like story about her in my head, I guess. Okay, and then for a boy, I picked Dermot. Dermot is an anglicized form of an Irish name meaning free of envy. And I picture this on a guy with like dark, coal black, sunken eyes, very handsome but in a non-traditional way. Yeah, and also just kind of, being like of the night and into like slightly gothic in the old sense of gothic, not like pop culture gothic, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope this was just fun for you and that you have fun picking some names. Do a video if you want, comment below. I'd love to hear what names, rainbow names, you come up with. Yeah, and I'll see you soon for the next video. Bye bye.